Okay, I have to show you something. This is a complete brand kit, name, tagline, color palette, font pairing, brand voice, and a landing page concept for a specialty coffee company that does not exist. I didn't design any of it. I didn't brainstorm the name. I didn't use Figma, and I didn't spend a weekend agonizing over whether the logo felt premium enough. I typed one keyword and let Claude do the rest. And look, I know that sounds like one of those thumbnails where the guy is pointing at a number and nothing makes sense, but stick with me for 2 minutes because the way that this actually works is genuinely interesting. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a workflow that you can use today. Here's exactly how I did it. Every founder, every freelancer, and every builder has been there. You've got an idea, you know what you want to build, you're excited about it, and then you decide you're going to tackle it one day and you have zero clue where to start. Because branding feels like this massive, expensive creative thing that requires a designer, a strategist, rounds of revision, and an invoice that makes you want to close your laptop and lie down. But that's not even the most frustrating part. Most of that money isn't going towards the creativity part. It's going towards research, understanding the market and figuring out who the competitors are, what language that they use, where the gaps are, and what kind of positioning actually has room to breathe. That's precisely what the agencies charge you for, the insights, not the fonts. Now, I saw a post the other day expressing that exact same frustration, and it got me thinking. That entire research layer is something that we can automate, and once you do, the rest of it moves really, really fast. So today I'm going to build that for you so that the next time you get the idea, you can actually follow through with it. So to pull real market data into this workflow, I needed Claude to see what's actually on Google right now. Not its training data from a year ago, but live results and real competitors. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, because without this piece, the whole thing falls apart. If you've ever tried to pull search data programmatically, you know how painful it gets. CAPTCHAs, rate limits, HTML layouts that change every other week, proxy headaches. It's a whole project before you've even gotten to the thing that you actually wanted to build. SERP API handles all of that. You make one API call and you get back a clean JSON object with exactly what you'd see on a Google search results page. Organic results, titles, snippets, URLs, all of it. They also cover YouTube, Google Images, Google News, Google Scholar, and over 100 other engines and data types. For what we're building today, SERP API is the layer that gives Claude actual market intelligence instead of just generating plausible sounding stuff from training data. That distinction matters a lot, and you'll see why in a second. There's a link in the description where you can get started with 250 free credits, or scan the QR code on the screen for your free credits. Alright, let's actually start building this. Okay, so the setup is actually pretty simple. I'm using Claude Desktop with the SerpAPI MCP server connected. If you haven't used MCP servers before, here is a short version. It's a way to give Claude access to external tools and live data without writing any code. You configure it once and it shows up as a native capability inside of Claude, and from that point on, you can just ask it to search things and it actually goes and searches them. Claude can call the SERP API mid-conversation with real results and context, informing whatever you're building together. Once you've used it this way, going back to a Claude where you have to copy and paste info to or attach screenshots feels like driving with one eye closed. All I did was paste this snippet into Claude Code with my API key to install the SERP API MCP server. I used the remotely hosted server, so I didn't need to clone anything here. Okay, so now I have the SERP API connected, and all I need to do is start asking Claude to search things naturally. So the niche that I'm using for this demo is specialty coffee. It's a saturated market and has strong existing brands and lots of established positioning to learn from. Here's the first prompt that I'm sending. Use SERP API to search Google for best specialty coffee brands 2025. Pull back the top results and give me a breakdown of what positioning language each brand is using, what visual and tonal territory looks oversaturated, and what gaps you can identify in how these brands present themselves. And look at this. These are real results, real brand names, real descriptions, real language pulled from what's actually ranking on Google right now. Claude isn't guessing, it's working from this live data. So here's what it found. The entire category has basically collapsed into the same 3 moves. First, the transparency and direct trade story. Every brand has some version of it. Named farmers, above market pricing, supply chain visibility, Onyx, Passenger, Wonderstate, they're all saying some version of the same thing. The ones doing it best have turned it into a structural product feature, and the rest are just saying it. Second, awards and credentials. Roaster of the Year, Q Grader Certified, 90+ point scores from Coffee Review. Again, nearly universal. The difference is just what authority that they're citing. And third, the shared aesthetic that runs across all of them. Minimal craft packaging, botanical illustrations, overhead pour-over photography with natural light, sans serif word marks in cream and dusty terracotta. It looks like one brand with 50 SKUs. And tonally, the entire top tier is reverent, restrained, and slightly academic. Quiet and careful, almost no one is warm, almost no one is funny. The implicit message across the category is, serious coffee is serious. So what's actually missing? A brand that talks to the customer's experience, not just the coffee's journey. Almost all of this positioning runs supply chain in, farmer to roaster to cup. Very few brands make the customer the protagonist. And nobody at the premium end is genuinely warm or irreverent. The closer that you get to the highest quality segment, the more strict it gets. That is the gap. A brand that's both genuinely excellent and actually has a personality. That right there is the direction that we need to head in for this concept. Now I'm taking that insight and asking Claude to build something into it. Based on that gap, create a full brand concept for a specialty coffee company. Give me a brand name, tagline, brand voice description, a color palette with hex codes, a font pairing recommendation, and 3 sample lines of copy written in this brand's voice. Okay, so we've got a name, Brim, and I actually really like this because look at the reasoning. Short, physical, generous, the brim of a full cup, the moment right before it overflows. It's about the customer's cup, not the roaster's story. Nothing in the category sounds like this. The tagline is fill up, which is 2 words doing 3 things at once. Fill your cup, fill yourself up for the day, and push back against the category's whole culture of restraint and credential signaling. It's an invitation, not a badge. And look at this color palette. Warm brown, amber gold, warm cream, deep burnt orange. The whole thing skews warmer and more saturated than everything that we saw in research. On a shelf next to craft paper and dusty terracotta, this reads as confident and approachable instead of minimal and bleak. The font pairing is doing something that the competitors aren't, a warm editorial serif for display, and a humanist grotesque for body. Neither appears in the category's current visual vocabulary. That tension is the whole brand in 2 typefaces. And then listen to these copy lines. We know exactly where this coffee came from, who grew it, and what they were paid. We'll tell you all of it if you want, or you can just drink it. Both are correct. That is the transparency story that every brand in this category is trying to tell, but nobody is telling it like that. And then this one, great coffee doesn't require homework. Ours just happens to be excellent. That's speaking directly to the gap that we found, the person who takes their coffee seriously, but finds coffee culture exhausting. Our concept here is grounded in actual market research, not just vibes. Claude didn't invent a brand, it looked at what's competing, found the white space, and built directly into it. Now we need to expand on the visual part. I'm going to take everything that Claude just gave us and feed it into a build prompt. Build a landing page for a specialty coffee brand with the following brand identity. The page should include a hero section with a headline and a CTA, a 3-column section explaining what makes this brand different, and a simple email capture at the bottom. Match the brand voice exactly throughout. 20 minutes ago, this brand did not exist. Now it has a name, a voice, a visual system, and a working landing page concept. This was built from a single keyword and a few prompts with real market data informing every decision. So here is the thing that I want you to take away from this. The point isn't that AI designed a brand. Plenty of people are using AI to generate random brand concepts. Most of them feel like they came from nowhere because that's exactly what they did. The point is that this brand is grounded in something real. Claude didn't invent the vibe. It looked at what's actually competing in this space right now, found the white space, and built into it. That's what separates a direction that you can actually work from and a pretty PDF that you throw away after the first client meeting. That's the research layer. That's what agencies charge for, and that's what you just did with a keyword, an MCP server, and a couple of well-structured prompts. For founders building their own product, for freelancers pitching a client, or for anyone who's ever stared at a blank branding doc and felt stuck, this is a legitimate starting point. SERP API is what makes this possible. It's the live data layer that keeps Claude grounded in what's actually happening in the market instead of just generating plausible sounding content. If you want to try it, the link is in the description below, or scan the QR code on the screen right now. You get 250 free credits to start with no commitment. And if you want to see more workflows like this, or building real things with AI fast without having to be a developer, make sure you subscribe because this is exactly what we do every week. If you liked this video, or if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.